We're going to fight this one before it gets overturned by the courts. We're going to build it into the Constitution of each state that we can go to. 20 states have voted on this thing, and the average margin is 71% of the American people that vote in every state, in every region of this country. 20 states, 71%. I feel stupid sometimes, but I stand up and say, look, this is just pretty simple. Marriage is the union of a man and a woman. It is. We've watched other countries that have gone through. This is a vast social experiment to redefine marriage, to redefine your foundational building block that you build families around. This is a vast social experiment. And the other countries that have engaged this experiment, we now have data on all of them. Look, it is not good for marriage. It drives down. Not very few people, same-sex couples get married. Very, very few. But the number of heterosexuals that get married plummets. And so you've got some counties now in Norway where 80% of the children firstborn are born out of wedlock. 80%. Second child, 66%. And you say, well, okay, that happens. That's the way it's going to be. The problem of it is a child raised in that situation is more likely to have trouble at school, more likely to get involved in drugs, less likely to perform well. I mean, this is just a very suboptimal situation. Best place for a child to be raised, listen, your heart's between a man and a woman, bonded together for life. That's the best place for a child to be raised. And we know that. We shouldn't apologize for saying, oh gosh, I believe marriage is the union of a man and a woman, and just, look, this is about the future of the Republic.
That's right.
We lose this battle, you lose the family, and you lose the foundational building block of this society. And never be ashamed about being pro-life. I know I'm in a deep blue city in New York City. And I know, Dorothy, this isn't Kansas. I know it is tougher here to be pro-life and pro-marriage than maybe a flat rectangular state like Kansas. But please, don't lose heart and don't back away. The guy told me a story that he heard about, and he saw Mother Teresa going door to door in Calcutta. Okay, so here's a Catholic nun going door to door in a Hindu city. Now, it can't be any rougher than that in New York City. And she was going door to door to collect money for her kids, her orphans. She walks up to one door, and this guy was telling me this. He walks up to the door, she knocks on the door, guy comes to the door and spits in her face. And she takes her habit, wipes it off, and said, okay, that was for me. It's for her humility training. Now I need something for the children.
Oh, man.
And he actually gave her money.
Wow.
So when somebody pushes back against you and spits in your face, say, okay, that's for me. That's good humility training for me. I need humility. Now this is for the kids. This is for the future. This is so that next generation of children gets raised between a mom and a dad. And they know grandparents. And they have children themselves. This is for that next generation of kids that actually gets born.
That's right.
And not lost. Mm-hmm. And when Roe versus Wade is overturned here, it'll not only save millions of lives here, it will save millions around the world.
That's right.
Because what happens here is followed every place. And when we go pro-life in our laws and stand up for life, that's going to have ramifications in China, in India, in Europe, and all over the world. Because they're going, wait, what is going on there? And we're going to say it's very simple. We're for life.
That's right.
And it has ramifications. You're seeing places that have embraced abortion, unfortunately, as we have, like in Russia, where Putin is now paying people to have kids because their population is going to go from about 148 million to 100 million by 2050 on current trends, if they keep the abortion rates and they keep the exodus taking place. So we've got to have some kids around here. And Japan's starting to offer money for kids, to have kids. Look, we are going to win this because we have to win this. And we're going to win it because of good folks like you. And I ask very simply for your prayers and your continued support. We need your prayers. The country needs your prayers. Please give those to us. And then help the kids and speak up whenever you can. And do it gracefully and lovingly and gently, but do it. I mean, you really need to, because people's minds are changed one person, one soul, one heart at a time. And they're used to just saying, those pro-life people. And you need to say, well, I'm kind of pro-life. And I'm kind of pro-life because somebody was pro-life enough to have me. And I'm kind of pro-life because I know some women that are struggling at a shelter, and I'm willing to help them because I don't want them to have to kill their baby and then kill themselves too in the process, or wound themselves at least. That's why I'm pro-life. And I really think you ought to consider that too. And when did your life begin? And when did it? And so they say, well, I don't know when the soul enters the body. No, I'm talking biologically. When did your life begin? Well, I don't know. Well, how about when the egg and the sperm meet? Well, okay, no, I didn't have any consciousness then. Okay, can we kill you at that point and you're still here? Well, no. Look, it's pretty simple. We try to talk ourselves into it being very difficult. It's pretty simple. I'm pro-life. I believe in the cause. We're going to win this cause. It is a great moment. Please keep courageous and moving forward. We are in a pro-life nation now. Over half of this country believes that abortion, they do not support abortion in other cases of rape, incest, life of the mother. Now, somebody say that's not a pure pro-life position. I'm looking at the politics and I think that's a darn good pro-life position. I like the whole thing, but we're going to get it. But people's hearts and minds have been changed. We've just got to keep Maryland pushing on forward and doing things like you're doing and supporting us. Thanks so much. Thanks.